Hi, this is Thundy from Booredatwork.com and welcome to another battle video. And today we're going to find out which is the best Windows Phone 7 device on T-Mobile between the HTC Radar 4G and the Nokia Lumia 710. We have two devices that are basically budget price Windows phones. They both have 5 megapixel cameras behind, all that stuff. We'll go through all the specs, different details and all that stuff to find out which is the best Windows phone for you on the T-Mobile network. So here in our versus video, take a look, of course, again at the HTC Radar 4G, which is a Windows phone, and the Nokia Lumia 710 on T-Mobile. So let's look at the hardware for both devices. Looking at the Radar 4G again. First of all, you do have this camera at the back, 5 megapixels with LED flash. It's got a wide-angle lens. Speakers at the back. You do have your dedicated camera button. Of course, your volume toggles, which is a single bar. At the front of the device, you do have your touch-sensitive buttons for your back, home, and search. Front-facing camera, LED indicate sensor. Sorry. Of course, you do have your 3.5mm jack. Power buttons on top, nothing on the side. Mini micro USB port. The SIM card slot is actually located here, and sometimes it can be a pain to open. So this actually takes a full SIM card. The battery is not removable, and yeah, so that's that on the Radar 4G hardware. Oops, I turned that off by mistake. So on Lumia 710, turn that back on again. On the Lumia 710, we do have a bar here, one single bar, which is actually 3 buttons for your back, home, and search. There is no front-facing camera. It does have your camera button on the right hand side again, typical, as well as your bar here for your volume toggles. On the top, micro USB port. You do have your 3.5mm jack and your power button. Got a 5 megapixel camera here with LED flash. It's got this nice soft back cover, which is replaceable. You can actually open it up. It uses a micro SIM, so you do have to change SIM cards. And the battery is replaceable, so if you care to change the battery, and you can actually change the colors of your back plate cover. So those are the hardware changes there, or differences if you will, between both devices. So let's go into the meat of the matter. These are two Windows phones. Now there's a lot of similarities here, as you can see. Of course, you can pin things, you have similar applications left and right on both devices, so on and so forth. Now when it comes to user interaction, user interface, it's pretty much the same experience, except what makes one different from the other. So HTC has the HTC Hub, I believe, and it does have a plethora of applications that you can pick and choose from. And with Nokia has the app highlights, if you will. Now in the Hub here, you do have your weather, and it has shows featured apps like Tango, HTC Watch, Tetris, and so on and so forth, which you can download in the App Store. With the Nokia App Highlights, shows you your starter kit, so things they think you should start with, staff picks, working, and turn it up. You can also hit this, shake your phone, and it give you a surprise tuning radio, which is a great app to have on Windows Phone, because it's a radio app. So on and so forth. You do have things like that, and you can try different apps and things like that. Now, difference between the two, I prefer the Nokia App Highlight, because for a starter phone, which both two devices are designed for, this is very key. It actually shows people what to get, what they need, what's useful on their system. So on that aspect, I think the Lumia 710 wins there. Now, both devices do have maps, but one has a navigation system, and that's the Nokia Drive. I think that really sets the Nokia Lumia 710 apart from the HTC Radar 4G or any other Windows Phone device, because you do have full navigation, turn-by-turn navigation system. You do have some turn-by-turn navigation or some speech recognition with the maps, but it's much slower and takes a little bit more time, unlike Nokia Drive, which actually show you full maps, 3D map view, and things like that, which you can actually use. So again, the Lumia 710 wins there. Looking at the camera. So of course, our camera apps are similar, what you have here. One of the benefits I do like with differences with both cameras, if you go into the settings for both, you can see here that the Lumia 710 shoots at 44 megapixels, 16.9 resolution, so it does widescreen photos. This does not, so you cannot take widescreen photos with your HTC Radar 4G. So that's something that actually is also a slight letdown there, if you will. Also, both devices also record at 720p, and I think the Lumia 710 does a slightly better job. You can check out the two videos in the top left and right hand corner for the radar as well as the Lumia 710, and you can also be a judge there. So looking at all those aspects, one thing I do commend the Lumia 710 on is the fact that although I do like having physical buttons, I prefer the touch sensory buttons here. The physical buttons here are fine for the back and search. It feels a little harder to press down on the home key. The back and search feel fine, so it's a little hesitant on the hardware build. General hardware build and look, though Nokia is very good on design and creativity, I do like some of the styling you see with the Lumia 7, with the Radar 4G. Has a very smooth tone around to it, and very two-tone colors. While this also feels a little cheap and plasticky, especially on the top. So the Radar 4G definitely wins that. I think Nokia is trying to go with the replaceable kind of cool cover system where you can actually change your faceplate and things like that. But I think the Radar 4G feels and looks much better there. So we have mentioned that it also is the front-facing camera, which of course the Radar 4G has, so which is a better benefit, of course, eventually when you have Skype and other video chat programs altogether. So we've mentioned a bunch of things with the devices. You can see differences left and right with both. Nokia has the Nokia Drive, which sets it apart as a navigation system. So if you're going on the road, you're driving, the Nokia Drive might be for you, as well as HTC has the hub where they have different applications and also have they have the front-facing camera. So how about we round this up and see which is the better Windows Phone device on. So we've gone through the differences and similarities between the HTC Radar 4G as well as the Nokia Lumia 710. Now, for competition purposes, the winner is the Nokia Lumia 710. Yes, the Radar 4G is a spectacular device, but the addition of a navigation system here with Nokia Drive is very key, especially if you're a first-time smartphone user. The app highlights also very interesting, very good. Now, yes, it does have a front-facing camera. This has a front-facing camera here on the Radar 4G, but with the lack of Skype and also Tango is very limited. I would say it's really not necessary for a first-time smartphone user on the T-Mobile network. Also, the fact that, again, mentioned, it does have a 5 megapixel camera. Both cameras are pretty much similar in that regards, but you do have that Nokia Drive. You do have some more applications there. TuneIn Radio, the ESPN app, which is exclusive to Nokia. Well, this version anyway is exclusive to Nokia. And then also the fact that you can replace the battery and also change your back covers, more customizable, I think gives the Nokia Lumia 710 the edge. So the winner here, Nokia Lumia 710 on T-Mobile network. So if you guys have any questions or any comments about this video and all our other videos, you can always subscribe to our page on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Google Plus, as well as Facebook, and hit us up on Empire Avenue and buy our stock. So anyway, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork. Those links are down below in the description of this video. If you have any questions, any comments, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages like I mentioned about 2 seconds ago. And thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.